White people, I come in peace.
That's usually what people say when they've been at war or aggravating said group for some time. And until aliens land and use the phrase "they come in peace," I'll continue to believe that's its true use. So go ahead, well-trained white male dressed up to look like a professional, though do note I remain extremely skeptical.
You can't deny that it's better to be a white person in this country than a non-white person. You're privileged to be white in this country.
And why exactly do you say that? You're not eligible for many of the services, such as affirmative action, to help you achieve your lifelong dreams. And more than that, you're more likely to be overlooked for jobs to fill quotas. Frankly, at this stage, being white is a disadvantage for the generation of bedroom feminists now. Not that they'd even notice being as thick as they are.
You live longer, your mortgage rates are lower, you're hired at a higher rate.
I won't comment too heavily as I'm not entirely sure how the banking system in the US works, or even if it varies state to state. But here in Britain, it's down to credit score, not race. The bank manager doesn't look you up and down in absolute disgust of your skin colour, attempting to figure out if you're black or just been tangoed before offering you the mortgage you need to buy the house of your dreams. If you can prove you can pay the mortgage, you'll get that mortgage with the set rate that the bank offers.
But I think the real ultimate privilege is that for white people that you don't have to think about your race.
Are you fucking kidding me? I always have to think about my race. The constant bombardment of idiots like you that look slightly less than a geography teacher, constantly reminding us of white privilege and that we're cis white male scum. And even if there are some lucky bastards out there who aren't in the circle to hear the shit that spews from your facial orifice, perhaps they don't think about it because it's a majority white country. There are plenty of other countries with a majority of any race you can think of, and thanks to the freedom of the West, won by white people, you're free to leave and move there at any time you'd like.
That is a huge privilege to think of yourself as this unique individual. And I think that most white people don't understand that most Americans who aren't white don't have that same experience.
No, they have the experience of all the extra help they get in regards to getting extra help in education. And being more likely to get influential jobs because quotas need to be filled. God forbid a company is considered racist in this day and age by hiring the best man for the job over race or gender.
I made the Whiteness Project to try and get white people to think about how their race impacted their life on a day-to-day basis.
The impact on being white on a day-to-day basis is being excluded from the ever-growing presence of migrants who choose to clump together in their own groups, and being constantly reminded that they're oppressing said group simply for having the audacity to show their skin colour near the group in the first place.
Guilt is such a complicated subject. You can't control how you were born, you can only control how you live your life.
I cut a small section out of his video where he quote-mined a bunch of white people expressing much the same opinion as me, that it's generally becoming a disadvantage to be white.
If you're not living your white life in a just way, perhaps that's something you should be feeling guilty about, not the fact that you were born white.
That implies to me, if you don't go out of your way to be just and moral and right, you should feel guilty about being born white. Despite you saying, in your own words, you can't control how you were born. Hypocritical puppet. I live my life to the best of my ability. I donate to charity. I'm planning on shilling more charities I think deserve the support of my channel. I donate blood to the NHS, and I certainly don't discriminate against people based on gender or race. If I did, I certainly wouldn't be good buddies with fellow YouTuber Satsu2cents.
When people go to the Whiteness Project, I hope they look at it and don't try and push away the things that are discomforting about it.
I took the liberty of visiting his website so you don't have to. Anything for my beloved viewers. As it happens, it's simply a circle jerk of white guilt, by people born past the millennium but should still be able to think for themselves. Which suggests to me the educational system has taught them that being white is a bad thing.
Because I would argue that some of the most discomforting things in the piece that we as white people see.
How all these other races get extra help that's government funded, but white people get absolutely nothing because they're expected to fall back on their white privilege. Yeah, I'll agree, it's quite discomforting as a white person.
That we all hold pieces of that somewhere inside us. And I think that's one of the things that makes people most uncomfortable about it.
Oh, finished betraying your race for a paycheck? Lovely. Yes, I'm very uncomfortable, not to mention concerned about how white people are being completely overlooked by modern day society and especially millennials. So lovely viewers, what else do you think the regressive left could do to exclude white people from the advantages granted to minorities? I'll leave the answers that make me laugh the most at the end of my next video, and as always, thank you for your time.